Says a real fix is finally on the way for people living near Billy Creek in Fort Myers. Fox 4's Rachel Lloyd explains why it took so long to get to this point. Rachel?
The organization Calusa Waterkeeper is meeting with city leaders to clean up Billy's Creek here. They say in a recent presentation, the city manager left out that traces of human waste was found in this water. Now they say it can lead to rashes, eye irritation, and even health issues if you touch it or ingest it. This contaminated water seen in Billy's Creek today is not the same water Councilman Johnny Streets remembers seeing as a child.
Well, we used to go down to Billy's Creek and do a lot of fishing, not only fishing, but a lot of crabbing.
The creek in his ward runs east from the Caloosahatchee River past Marsh Avenue. Now, something everyone can agree on is the creek is contaminated. The controversy comes regarding what's in it. In a presentation to City Council in September, City Manager Saeed Cassani says it's not human waste.
And we have done testing that the testing is going to show that there is no human fecals.
In a letter to then Mayor Randy Henderson, John CASSANI with the environmental group Calusa Waterkeeper says traces of human waste are in the river, referencing findings from the Florida Department of Environmental Protection.
The city needs to be represented by people who are staff that understand and recognize and, more importantly, acknowledge the problems for what they are, rather than try to maybe cover them up in some ways.
A spokesperson for the city reinforced their findings were accurate, not Cassani's. And Cassani's group tests water in the creek while the city tests water flowing into the creek. Councilman Johnny Streets says they all need to get on the same page.
Certainly there's some issues that are going to show higher numbers than others. That's because of the layout. But again, that's not something we can't work out.
Councilman Fred Burson says he trusts Cassani's findings over the city's data.
I don't necessarily agree with the study. I think the Calusa Waterkeeper's report is more conclusive and accurate than our own study was.
Cassani says the next step is to find the source of the water contamination, which could be septic tanks. Now, Councilman Fred Burson says if that is the case, it could cost the city millions of dollars, but he says it's worth it. Rachel Lloyd, Fox 4.